Hello everyone, welcome back to Cara's Kitchen Cooking. Today we'll be making Atlantic grilled salmon with an orange citrus sauce, a quinoa pilaf, and roasted asparagus. Take a look at this beautiful Atlantic salmon. It's gonna be good. The first step we're going to do is we're going to grill the onions or saute. So I'm going to use avocado oil. Avocado oil has a really high smoking point. So it's great to use when frying things. I'm putting about, I don't know, that could be a tablespoon and a half. Measure it with your heart, people. It's good fats. All right. In go, this is one medium onion. And if you want to get a really nice even slice on those, use a mandolin. Protect your hands though. Use the little white thing that comes with it because that was the third time I sliced my finger with mandolin. So use it properly. So in go the onions. Oh, I might want to turn on my oven to, I'm going to put it to about a 6. I'm going to get it hot and then I'll turn it down once it starts sizzling. Okay. We're going to just mix this around a bit so we get the avocado oil on the onions. Okay, and we're going to saute those. We'll come back and I'll show you the beautiful color. Okay guys, so you see how the onions have gotten like a nice golden color and they're a bit translucent? That took about 3.5 minutes to do that, okay? So now we're going to remove the onions and set them aside in a bowl. Because we're gonna continue cooking them when we do the sauce. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm putting the pan back on so it gets nice and hot again, and we are going to add our salmon. So a little bit more avocado oil. All right. And I just like to kind of swoosh it around, making sure all the spots are covered. Oh. A rogue onion. We don't want that to burn, so I'm going to take that out. Hi guys, before we go to the next step, I just wanted to quickly show you what mandolin is. This is it here. Very, very sharp blades, and you can adjust how thick you want it. This is the most important instrument in it. You basically add your onion or potato and you press it down slightly. It holds it in place, and then you slide it across. I didn't do that when I first bought it. I was like, oh, I don't need that. Slice. Top of my finger went off. And also went to emergency once again. So don't make that mistake. Okay, here's our beautiful salmon. We are going to add a little bit of Maldon salt on top. I like to just kind of squish it between the fingers. You need to, seasoning your food is really important for flavor. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit of fresh ground pepper to that. All right, we're going to take it over to the stove. Okay, so we're going to add our salmon to our hot pan. A way to check that it's hot and ready, you want it to sizzle when you put it down because you want to really have a nice sear. So I'm just going to wet my fingers, and I'm going to go over here, and you hear that sound? That means we're ready. So placing the salmon gently down. And we are going to let that cook. I've never timed it. I always eyeball. But if I were to say, I'd say like cook it for at least 2 minutes. You can always check it halfway through. I like my salmon kind of juicy in the middle, and that's how the chefs do it. So it's a little bit of pink on the inside. Remember guys, we eat sushi, and sushi is raw. So as long as we sear one side and the other, you're going to be okay. We are ready to turn our salmon over. But before I do, just come and take a look at, do you see how it's pink, but it's got a little bit like white, a little bit less opaque here. All right. So we're going to flip it over gently. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Okay. Away from you so the oil doesn't splatter on you. All right, so we're going to cook that. We're going to cook that for, I'd say like 2 minutes on that side, okay? Like I said, I like my salmon a little juicy on the inside. Salmon is ready. Come and take a look. You see here, oh, this looks so beautiful. So it's still a little juicy on the inside, and then it's cooked down a bit. So I'm going to take this off now, and the skin, ooh, is lovely and crispy. So we're going to put this on a new clean plate. Okay, we're just going to let the salmon rest. While that's doing and hot, we are going to add back our onions. Okay, and you know what? I did it again. We should have juiced our oranges and zested them. Let's go do that. I'm going to take this off the heat. Okay, you know what? It happens. Maybe in every episode I'm just going to forget something. But you know what? It's okay. With the magic of editing, we can fix it or not. Anyways, let's go and make the citrus sauce. It's pretty easy. So what we want to do is we're going to zest the orange and zest a whole lemon, okay? This is what I use. It's called a microblade, and it makes life much easier. So we just take the orange, watch your fingers, and we just run along the blade. See how lovely? Guys, I promise next episode, I'm not gonna make a mistake. I'm not gonna forget a step. Ah, the joys of filming live. All right, so that is my lemon zested. You see what it looks like? Try not to get the white pith, okay? Because that's bitter. So, no, there's one more piece here. Try and get all of it you can. Smells amazing. The smells you're smelling, that is the essential oil that are in the skins. It really helps to brighten up the sauce. So we're not going to put that in the beginning. We're going to put that in at the very end. All right, so now we're going to juice our lemon and our orange. Now guys, you don't have, okay, if you don't have a orange, you can use orange juice. The zest is great. If you have it, use it. Like I always say, keep it simple, make it easy on yourself. If you don't want to zest and juice things, just buy that lemon stuff, you know, in the squeeze tube, and get yourself some orange juice, and it's great, okay? I mean, I personally love fresh, but again, you do you, make life easy. All right. My trusty dollar store juicer. And now we have our orange. You know, this is a great workout for your biceps. So if you're gonna use orange juice, I would say probably you want a half a cup. That's probably close to what a fresh orange is. And for the lemon, like maybe a tablespoon of that squeeze stuff. All right, now that we've squeezed our orange and our lemon juice, we can continue with the sauce over the stove. So we're back at the stove. Our onions are sizzling. Look at that beautiful color. They're like, some of them have even caramelized. Okay, so to that, we're gonna put the heat, I'm gonna turn up just slightly because we're gonna be adding liquid and we want it to reduce, okay? So we are going to add our, I'm gonna go with the acid first, yeah. I'm gonna add the orange juice and the lemon. So in it goes. So we wanna just use our little spatula here, silicone, love them. Honestly, between my tongs and my silicone spatula, my favorite kitchen tools. Oh, and my chef's knife. It's a Wusthof, really great quality. I treated myself at Christmas and bought myself this. Okay, so that's bubbling. You see how it is starting to bubble? Now we're going to add our chicken stock. So that was a little slimy. It's not because it's gone bad. I thought I had some homemade chicken stock in the freezer and I didn't. So you know what? I used the next best thing. I got some powdered chicken stock, added some water to it, and there you go. It's organic. Not that that matters a whole lot, I don't think, with powdered chicken stock. But in a pinch, it will do ya. All right, so mixing this around. We want this to come back up to a little bit of a bubble. Okay. My stove is at about a 6. The burner is at a 6. Oh, while we're waiting for that, I just have to mention my other favorite tool in that kitchen. Well, it's not a tool, but it's an accessory. This is Kevin. my friend Tammy used to live with us, and she got into the habit of naming all the kitchen appliances. So this is Kevin the lobster, and it was it was given to me from my friends Stephen and James for my birthday. And being from the Maritimes, whoop whoop, love lobster. We're from New Brunswick, best lobster around. Anyway, Kevin comes in handy, and he's always sitting there, my trusted friend, waiting for hot things. Okay, so it's bubbling. Ooh, oh my God, that smells nice. Okay, so now we're gonna add, this is about 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh dill. Now, you know the rule, guys. If you don't have fresh dill, you can use dry dill, okay? Just eyeball it. Dill can be quite strong, so I think the rule is the dry, you use less of the dry than you do the fresh. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, so that's so lovely. We want this to reduce a little bit. It's getting there though. Come in close, Justin, so people can see. It's getting, see how it's getting a little thicker? Oh, that smells amazing. Really awesome. I think we are ready. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, lovely. Now at this point you can, I think I'm going to just do a little taste test. See if I need to add salt. Oh my goodness, no I don't, because I used the bouillon, had salt in it, and the beautiful balance. I'm getting all of the citrus and the dill, and I'm tasting the lemon and the orange. It is lovely. All right, so we're gonna just give this one more little mix, and we are going to add our zest. At this point, you could add some luscious cream. I am dairy-free, so I can't add the luscious cream, but sometimes I add a bit of luscious coconut milk. Let me see if I got some of that in the fridge. So I found some coconut cream. I'm just gonna add a little bit, just a touch. Oh my goodness. So luscious. Mix this around. I kind of like eyeball and see how color, like I still want it to be that beautiful bright orange, so I add enough until, I add enough so it stays. See, isn't that lovely? The fresh dill, and you can still see the zest, and it's got this beautiful hue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this aside for now. And you can always just put it back on the burner and reheat it slightly when you're just about ready to serve, okay? Because we don't want that to keep cooking. It's thickened beautifully, okay? All right, let's go make the quinoa pilaf. We cooked quinoa last night, so that's what I'm gonna use. You don't have to do a quinoa pilaf. You can do rice instead. Or you don't even have to do a pilaf. You could serve this with potatoes, salad, whatever you'd like. Follow me over here. So we have 2 cups of quinoa from last night's supper. I roughly chopped a 1/4 cup of pecans. I like adding pecans to this because it gives it some texture. Quinoa is, kind of soft. So we're gonna mix that in. We're keeping the flavors simple, but with an impact. I have here 2.5 tablespoons of roughly chopped cranberries. I chose cranberries because A, it's a little bit of a sweetness and a tartness, and cranberries go great with orange. So in the cranberries go. Oh, and guys, I would suggest if you're making the quinoa to give it extra flavor, instead of water, use chicken stock. I'm going to add just a very small touch of salt. Again, we cooked it with chicken salt, so we don't want too much. A grinding of fresh pepper. Things don't have to always be piping hot. Sometimes it's nice to have things at room temperature. So I wouldn't worry if the quinoa isn't piping hot when you put it on the plate. So the quinoa's done. Now we're going to do the asparagus. I always do it at the end because people overcook asparagus, and it's the last thing you should cook. It takes exactly 8 minutes. At, Justin, what's the temperature?
350.
350 for 8 minutes on the top rack. Okay. So we have some beautiful asparagus. Asparagus is in season right now, guys. So what you can do, two options. You can take an asparagus and it'll break at the most tender point. This is woody and tough, so you can throw that away. And this is the tender part. If you don't want to do that with each asparagus, what I do is I take about, I don't know, is that like 2 inches off the bottom? Something like that. And then they're all the same length. This is great. This is a silipat, and it's wonderful also for the environment because you can reuse it and reuse it. It's silicone, things will stick to it. It's also great for baking. There are times I do use aluminum foil, and actually aluminum foil is biodegradable. But there are other times when the silipat is the better option, and this is one of those times. So we're going to put the asparagus on there. And we're going to grab our avocado oil. Just a little bit. Whoosh! There, oh, rogue asparagus. And we're going to take a little bit of malted salt. And I love malted salt. I love how it feels between my fingers. And it has a beautiful flavor. Yeah. A lot of chefs love the malted salt. I love it. Also really good is a fleur de sel, which is a more delicate flavor. There's more of a finishing salt, so over tomatoes or in a salad at the very end. Okay, so the asparagus is ready to go in the oven. Okay, so the asparagus is about halfway through cooking, so I'm going to start getting my plate ready. Okay, so I saw this in a cooking show. Let's see if it works. I'm going to try and make the quinoa look pretty. So I'm going to put some in this bowl. You know, we eat with our eyes, so the prettier I make my food look, the better it tastes. I strongly believe that. So pat, pat, pat. Okay, so now we're going to slowly, I'm going to do this, you know, the cake trick, and then I'm going to flip it over. Let's see if it works. Ah, it totally worked. Doesn't that look pretty? Now, if you want more quinoa, you can use a bigger bowl. So our quinoa is there. And then we're going to take a lovely piece of salmon and place it over the top. Ooh, lovely. When I'm happy, I clap my hands. I do it in restaurants too. Actually, when I was at university, my mom came and visited me in my 4th year, and we went to this restaurant, this beautiful French restaurant, and the food was so good. And I was like, oh my God. And I was oohing and eyeing and she's like, Cara, can you please stop making those noises? The men at the next table are staring. I love food. Sometimes it comes out and I can't control myself. All right, let me check on the asparagus. Okay guys, I just want to show you the asparagus. Look at how beautiful and green it is. It's not quite done yet. We're gonna put it back in. Hey Google, how much time do we have left on my timer?
There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left.
All right, 1 minute to go. Just put this here. We don't want to have limpy asparagus. The test is, apparently, I remember reading this, the English actually eat their asparagus with their fingers. So if you pick up an asparagus and it's limpy, no. So we want nice, crisp asparagus. We'll have to do the test when it comes out, show you. All right, so that is almost ready. I have started reheating the sauce. It is bubbling. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Oh, I cannot wait to taste it. All right, so I'm gonna grab this beautiful ladle and we're gonna try not to spill it on the floor. Okay, and we're gonna just pour it over the salmon. Try and get some of those gorgeous onions. A little bit more sauce. This is already looking incredibly beautiful. Awesome, there's the timer. All right, gonna take those asparagus. Look at how beautiful these are. And guys, look. Pass the test. Now, this might be a little bit too crunchy for some people. I like my vegetables al dente. So I would suggest maybe leaving it in for 2.5 more minutes. I wouldn't do any more though, okay? So then we just place some asparagus on the plate. Oh, this is getting really hot. Whew. I need new oven mitts. All right. Just put those on the plate like so. Wonderful. Make sure to turn off your oven so the remainder of your sauce doesn't burn. Now to finish it off, what I like to do actually, is I cut some lemon. And I put it on the side. And that's not just to make it look pretty. I will take the lemon and squeeze a little bit of juice on it, and it just adds that a little bit more brightness to it. But look at that, guys. Look at how gorgeous this is. I'm going to cut into it and show you the color of the salmon. Okay, so we're going to just cut into it here. And I just want to show you the inside. You see? It's just slightly a little opaque on the inside and pink. I can't resist. I have to take a bite and see how this tastes. All right. Oh, grab some onion. All right, here goes. Ooh, I see that onion falling on me. All right, ready? Oh my goodness. Guys, you have to make this. That like just melted in my mouth. And I didn't put the lemon on, but even without the fresh lemon, it was amazing. Make it tonight. Make it tomorrow. Make it on the weekend. Make it for breakfast. You could totally have this for breakfast. See you on the next one.